Hello and welcome to the latest edition of the New Haven Independent Vlog News Summary, direct from our newsroom, otherwise known as my Compost Heap, where there's an addition being built on a house next door, so it's a little loud today. Let's see what stories we're working on this week. A New Haven Public Schools calculator. Oh, I wonder what numbers those come up with. You know, they were talking about some numbers involving the public school this week at a budget forum at Cortland Wilson Library involving some aldermen. They were talking about how are we spending our money in the city? Can we get costs under control? Is it being spent wisely? And here are some numbers that came up. 100 employees with the Board of Ed make an average of $145,000 a year, including compensation. That's a lot. There are 500 employees who make more than $100,000. Now, over the years, some people say there's too much fat in the Board of Ed, cut administrators. And here's what's been my problem with that statement. Nobody has ever mentioned a single person whose job isn't needed. Do we not need a curriculum developer? Do we not need principals on special assignments? There are reasons for these positions. We also hear, well, maybe you don't have to pay them so much, and that might be true. But what I can't figure out is why we've never gotten those answers to make an intelligent choice about it. Now, all the aldermen who were asked about this at this forum, and they're on both sides of the political divide, they said, well, we really can't. All we could do is vote up or down the budget for the Board of Ed. Now, that's bogus. If they have that power, they hold hearings every year on the budget. They should have the courage to say, we're not going to approve your money unless you tell us how the money's being spent. That's called democracy and oversight and accountability. If the state says you have a minimum amount you have to spend on schools, they say, fine. We just want to know how we're spending it. They don't have to just lie down. Doesn't mean it's being spent wrong. It means we should find out. Like, for instance, I was playing with this calculator, and let's say all these people making $145,000 or $100,000, let's say they made $20,000 less. They'd say that with their composition they made between $80,000 and $125,000. For some of us, that's more money than we'll ever make, but let's just say we could possibly get decent people for that amount. And let's say you save $20,000 on 500 people. What does the calculator say? $10 million? I believe that's the budget gap we have in the city of New Haven. Now, check my math. Any reporter with a calculator is carrying a dangerous weapon, but I say it's worth calculating. What other stories are you working on? License. I got my new driver's license this week, and what an experience. You know, recently I took my daughter to get her license. 3 visits, 6 hours to do something that took a total of maybe 20 minutes. Oh, I evade the Department of Motor Vehicles. Well, as you know, when you need your license renewed, they let you, as an alternative, go to the AAA office. I went there, and it cost $2 extra bucks. It took 5 minutes. The whole thing from getting there, having your picture taken, a few friendly words spoken by the happy person behind the counter. So maybe in government, it's not all about how much money we spend, but maybe how we manage. Just a thought. On that note, that's the Independent Vlog News Summary to remember. Always pick up your trash on your calculator.